Hey, you guys, it's ESPN Radio 1080 The Team's Jerry O'Neill along with Mike Tuck. Say hello to my little friend, Mike Tuck. We're at Fuego by Sosa Cigars in the Pleasure Island area of downtown Disney. It's the ultra upscale cigar lounge. Again, we talk about in the Pleasure Island area, they have a retail shop down in the other part of downtown Disney. Mike, we say Fuego is family, and we found that to be the case. But what a great place.
Great place to hang out. It's incredible scenery here. Great setup. They got the full liquor bar. Cigars of your choosing, a lot to choose from in the humidor. And look, it's just a fun place to hang out, for guys especially, to talk sports.
All right, smoke them if you got it, my friend. Let's talk a little bit about one of the hot smoking stories in this off-season for college football. It's coming. At some point, we knew it was probable, but a playoff in 1A football, even though it's a couple years down the road, we're getting closer.
We're getting a lot closer. I mean, that's the crazy thing is by later this summer, we'll have some sort of definition of it, but we're going to have to wait a couple of years, but we will have it. It's just a matter of what exactly we're going to have. I don't think there's any way, whatever they choose, people are going to be happy. People are going to be upset about whatever they choose because it's not going to be good enough. So if you were the king, if you got to be in that room, let's be honest, you think you're the king.
First of all, I'd throw you in the dungeon.
How would you set up the four-team playoff?
Very easy. You go play your college football season, and along the way, you're going to have your normal polls. The AP, you can have a BCS poll, I don't care. But similar to college basketball, how I would do this is that you have a committee. You have to be able to trust. The one thing that I've disagreed with in the BCS computer polls is the computers. You've got machines dictating who are the best teams in America. I know I wasn't gifted with the greatest eyesight, but I call it the eye test, okay? And if you've got the best brains of college football, and we know that you could find, similar to the basketball committee that chooses the teams that are going to play as at large in the NCAA tournament, you could find a group like that who you would designate at the outset of the season who would have that, ability to put together the final four. That's what I want. The four best teams.
I love that. I love the idea of a committee. I mean, even a one-eyed man can tell you that going from 120 to 2 is too hard. Going to 4 is going to be tough too.
Sure.
Let's be honest. I mean, because we've seen years within the last couple where we've had 5 unbeaten teams, where we've had 3, 4 one-loss teams, and maybe 1 undefeated team. So even narrowing it down is going to be tough. So I like the committee idea. I don't like the idea necessarily, and I think they'll go with neutral sites. I think it will be neutral site semifinals, neutral site final. They'll have bidding for it. I would rather, and I think college football is at its best. My opinion, you travel all over the country. College football is at its best when you have that home environment, when you have the band cranked up, when you have 80, 100,000 people in the stands cheering for one team. I would like to see the 1 and 2 teams get the home field advantage in those semifinals.
Let me show you something, my friend.
I don't want to see that. What are you doing?
Money. No. You haven't
I'll
heard
take
it.
handouts.
No, here's the thing. It's all about the money. And
Next round's on Jared.
I don't think the home band is going to produce the money. It's the big spenders out there. It'll be semifinal games at a Jerry's World, at the Orange Bowl down in Miami, at the Sugar Bowl venue at the Superdome. They're not going to hold it on campus. But I do believe, that you need to get to the 4 best teams. This concept of champions of the conference, all you have to do is look in your rearview mirror, and the objects seem closer than they really are. Well, that's Alabama. Alabama wasn't even its own second place team in its own division, and they were the champions of college football, and they earned that right. Now, before he gets his hands over him, I'm going to put this away. And there's a bunch more where that came from. So, I don't know whether we're going to ever agree, but I think what we come to is a conclusion that a playoff for college football, many thought we wouldn't see in the near future. It's not too far down the road.
It's been a long time coming. The one thing that I think that they're still struggling to let go of, and this will be the hot debate, because I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility they do this +1 thing that they've been talking about for years, because they're so attached to their bowl games, their precious bowl games, the history and the tradition. My thought on tradition, some traditions aren't worth keeping, or some traditions outlast themselves. it's not the thing to do anymore. I think college football fans are ready to move on from that. I don't know that the college football presidents and the people in charge are, though.
But the last thing, I still say it comes back to the money. They're going to find out where the money trail is. And though there may be some argument with the populace, as you and I both agree, there probably will be regardless the format, they're going to try to find out. And that's the business side of college football. But there'll be more ahead. There's no question about that. We're at Fuego by Sosa Cigars. We're in the Pleasure Island area of downtown Disney. We invite you to come on by. They're open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. It's a party atmosphere every night. An indoor facility that you see the lounge, the outdoor patio, the retail store in the other area of downtown Disney, the full service bar, liquor bar as well. As Mike said, in the store here, you see the incredible variety of cigars. You'd have to see it to believe it, okay? Come see it. At Fuego, your family.
Come down here and join the conversation. It's the place to be.